Iodine 131, which pumps through my veins, has a half-life of 8 days. In a particular example or sample, the amount of iodine 131 remaining after D days can be modeled by the function h given by that. Oh, we have a half-life function already. That's nice, where a sub 0 is the amount of iodine in the sample at the time D equals 0, which basically means this is the initial amount. It's telling you right now what the half-life formula is, okay, which is nice. It kind of makes life a little bit easier. Which of the following functions, k, all right, models the amount of iodine remaining after t hours, where a sub 0 is the amount of iodine in the sample at t equals 0 again. All right, so we're given the example, but they want to make it k of t instead of h of d, because now we're turning d into t. This is what it wants us to do. This is a pretty straightforward problem until the very end, where it gets weird for no reason whatsoever. All right, it wants us to take this formula and instead of focusing on D, focus on T, and then it tells us that T is 24D. So I'm going to rewrite everything, but replace D with whatever it's supposed to be. Now, right now, it's not even solved for D, so let's go over here. Okay, if I have t equals 24d and I'm supposed to solve for d, then I'm going to divide both sides by 24, and so d is going to equal t over 24. Simple enough, I can handle that. So I'm going to replace d with t over 24, and that's going to be all over 8. So this looks very sloppy. Not a fan with how sloppy that looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this part over here, rewrite it t over 24 all over 8. I'm going to remind myself that 8 is the same thing as 8 over 1. And if I multiply the bottom by a reciprocal, that gets rid of the entire bottom fraction immediately. Boom, boom. So this becomes t over, what is that, 194? 192. So I can write this out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite that green function, k of t equals a sub 0, the original amount, times 0.5, which stands for a half, to the t over 192. And then I go over to these options and see that I don't have one of those options. They want me to rewrite it out like this for some reason, and who knows why? Who knows why at all? Now, the only one that's going to match up was D. And here's why. If I wanted to, for some crazy reason, I can write k of t out as a sub 0. That doesn't change. They kind of want me to throw it into a parentheses, 0.5. And what I can do is I can kind of extract 1 over 192, like so, and then keep t on the outside. Because there's a rule that you learned back in Algebra 1 that when I multiply these guys, when I have an exponent to an exponent, I multiply exponents. So 1 over 192 times t is t over 192. There you have it. So weird problem. I don't know why it had to make it all weird like that, but it wouldn't be an AP exam otherwise. So there you go. The answer is D.